Alright, my hat's hitting me on the top of the head here. What's going on? I'm not sure if my hat is too big or too small. It's kind of like hitting me in the top of the head and I'm not getting a good fit. It's sort of teetering around and I'm not sure if it's really big or small actually, but I do know that it's hitting me here. Doesn't feel like a good fit. Should I change this hat? What should I do? No, don't change it. It's a super easy fix. It's common. People come in different heights, different sizes. People tend not to like a high crown, even when they're tall people. So, sometimes we hit the crown. Now, the problem is not as apparent with deeper shapes like teardrops, which have a bubble coming upward. You see? Teardrop is actually the lowest looking. It appears very low, but it's actually got the most depth because the top has a bubble coming up. See that? And this can be really adjusted to be as high as you want. It could be deepened. You just soften it with a little steam, put your head in there and just make it as high as you need it to be, you know. But the center crease comes down into the crown. See that? It's not coming up like a bubble, like a teardrop. It goes down, juts into that little head chamber where your head's supposed to fit, and it gives you a lot less depth, okay? Now when the hat is soft, generally your head will just push the felt out of the way, like that, see? Super buttery soft stuff. But if you're dealing with a western hat, an open road, or just, you know, a little bit stiffer, I don't know, a lot of hats, just something that's not super soft, you know. What's going to happen is that top is going to obstruct you, okay? You're hitting that top piece now, and because of that, you're not getting down here deep where the hat's supposed to fit. It's sitting all the way up here. And you're actually not really hitting the sweatband and getting good contact there because you're just teetering up on top of there. Now, how do you know if you have this problem or not? And how do you know after you take care of the depth problem if your hat is too big or too small? How do you know what's going on at all? Okay. Generally, in most cases, when a hat looks high like this, it means it's tight. You can't get it down enough, okay? But sometimes it's not tightness. It's depth. It's too shallow. You're a taller guy. You just have a tall head. Sometimes from your eyebrow, you know, from your eyes to the top of your skull is just, that part is just taller. You know, some people are just tall that way. They have tall heads, or they're oblong shaped, you know, whatever. Or the hat is just super shallow and stiff too. You don't have enough clearance on top, all right? So it's super easy for you to take that, whether it's an open road with a cattleman crease, if it's a regular center crease dress hat with fedora like this, it doesn't matter, it's all the same. You have to take that crown and raise it so you have enough depth. Okay, how do you test this out? Sometimes my co-workers come to me and they say, you know, Kev, check out this guy's fit. What's going on here? Is it big or is it small? I know already what the problem is going to be. If they're stumped already, it's depth. Okay, the depth. This is how you tell. This is the trick. Okay. Take the top and pop it out. There's nothing wrong with doing that in any cases, ever. Okay, these shapes are steamed in, they're in there permanently. If you open a crown like this, all you gotta do is just feel it'll pop right back to place. It's like it snaps right back. So open it up, okay, then put your head back in. Now we're gonna get an idea of how the hat is fitting on the leather sweatband, around where it's supposed to fit it, at the temples and the forehead, the brow bone and stuff. We're going to feel it there instead of just feeling yourself balancing on that little bump anymore. Get the bump out of the way. Give yourself lots of depth. So now we can really see what's going on with the fit now. Okay, here we go. Let's put it on. Oh, see what's going on now? I opened up that crown. It's obvious this hat is very big on me. Okay, it's super big. Get, you know, like a whole hand in there. It's really big. Okay, but I didn't even know that before. When I closed this crown, I couldn't even feel that this hat was like 3 sizes too big for me. because it's sitting all up high there and stuff, and I can't get it deep enough, and it's confusing me. The only way to tell is to pop that out, get it out, get your crown out of the way. Now try your hat on. It's a good idea to try your hats on all the time like this. If you're trying a new hat on, you don't know what's going on with the fit, pop that out. You'll get a more accurate, clear, unobstructed idea of how it's fitting, okay? My last video is how should a hat fit, so you could go back to that. You know, you want it to, the widest part of your head is your brow. You want to be able to lock it down there for wind or for trains or for bending over and tying your shoes. So at the widest part of your head, it should be able to lock down and stay there without it falling off, okay? This hat is too big, but I'm still able to do that. So you're not going to wear it on your brow bone. You'll wear it above it, kind of, you know, but when it gets windy out, you're going to pull it down further to the biggest part of your head, the widest part. It's natural. You do it to keep it on, okay? What you can do is just basically pull it to the brow, keep your head down, tilt your head down, let the train pass, let the wind go. You can hold it too, you know, but generally if you pull it to that brow where it's really tight, brow bone is the tightest part of your head, and tilt your head down, you won't catch the wind under it. You'll be fine for a while. If you're not sure, if the thing is not really locking down good, hold it, you know. Okay, get it off your, now, let's crease it, let's see what's going on. All right, what do? How do we fix this too shallow crown? It's really simple. You basically have to steam inside here. You gotta get yourself a source of steam. I don't recommend using the oven because you don't want the flame under the hat. Unless you got like a flame here, a teapot here with a spout there, and steam really far from the flame, you can do that. That's okay. But don't get it anywhere near above, you know, under the flame under it. That's just not going to work, okay? You'll damage your hat way more. Dry it out, age it, the leather will go bad. Don't do that. Steam is not that necessary. But get a steam iron. That's good if you got an iron. You press the button that says steam, you know. Steamers are cheap. You could get these little Norelco steamers and just steam the one little area you have to. Just right in here, inside. What you're going to do is right here is make a bubble. You're doing a bubble crown thing, kind of like the little protrusion that's inside a teardrop. Okay, you're going to give yourself depth. The beautiful part about this is nobody can see it, okay, because it's up this high, all right? So nobody's going to see that unless they're Godzilla or, you know, 7 feet something, or if you wear your hat way on the back of your head like this. But it's not so bad. I don't care why, you know, I don't get it why people don't mind it. I mean, yeah, nice crease is a little better than crease with a bubble, but it doesn't bother me. So anyway, steam here, steam really hot. Don't steam around the edge here. You want this part to stay. The white part here, you want that to stay like really hard, but this part, soften it up with steam. Then from inside, you know, take a finger or something, and then just kind of very easily start raising it, okay? As soon as you got a nice little shape going there, hold it, just hold it, let it set. You don't want to go too far because you'll pop it out, but you go as far as you can without it popping out. Once you got that, okay, you can maybe count to 30 or whatever, let it cool, let go, okay? Now, you put it on your head, make sure, you know, it's not burning hot inside. It shouldn't be after all that time. Put it on your head while it's still a little warm, and press it down to the desired depth. Okay, remember, you don't want to bang into your ear, so get it right to the ear, touching the ear or right above it, a little tiny space between ear and hat, and stop. You can even trace around that little bubble. What you're doing now is you're making an impression of your head, so you're getting just enough depth for your head and no more. You're not making a big teardrop thing inside there, just a little tiny bump. And the beauty part is that the bump can go away too, so you can make it like that and then just get rid of it and use it when you want. When you want to go deeper, you go deeper, you know. Where like this way or something like that, you can push it down, get rid of it, you know, the bump. But it's there, it's steamed in to give you more depth when you need it. This is what you do with your open roads, your ranchers, anything that you're bumping into the top. If you're having that problem, steam the top, raise it up. It should do the job. If that's not doing it, you got to get more. You got to start getting your head in there and raise it up, you know. Just be careful not to burn your head. Always feel it first. Make sure it's cooled down enough to touch it to your scalp. Yeah, don't put it on your head right after the steam because you're going to burn yourself like severely. So feel it first if you're good, or take it off the steam, let it cool for a few seconds. Okay, feels good. Put it on your head, deepen it up. Other thing you can do, like I said, is just hit it in here and then just from the inside push it up. Okay, stop before it pops out. Okay, go as high as you think you can without it popping out. Let it dry. Cool. 30 seconds, it's cooling. Okay, and then steam it again and then take your fingers and push that hole a little further up, just a bit. Don't get greedy. You want to pop it out. Steam it again. Hold it. Okay, so in other words, you're deepening the crown. Okay, it should look fine. Sometimes I use my finger, kind of like the edge of a finger here, or like this. I raise it that way. So I get a nice oblong kind of shape, like a little football shape. You could do a teardrop shape, you could do a circle in there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to have a nice shape. It could just be raised like a little finger shape and then just get rid of it when you want. Nobody's going to see it. Your hat will feel right. If you're dealing with a stiff hat, you just have to do it. You don't like it, you need the depth, so you got to do it. The only way to get around that is to tighten the hat so much that it's sitting higher. You know what I'm saying? You could tighten it. But that's not a real fit. A real fit should be deep enough, close to the ear and stuff. When you're getting really high and it's not deep enough, you're going to have to tighten it. So when it's going to look goofy, you're all high up, Get it to the point where it looks really cool, where it looks right to you and feels secure, okay? That's where you want it to be. And if you're not getting enough crown height to do that, just create it. Bring that up. It's the simplest thing to do. I've already taught you how to lower the crown. It's basically just, the front, okay? This is another way to make your hat appear lower. Sometimes our hats appear high because they're sitting high. You're balancing on that bump. So once you deepen that crown with the bump, the hat goes down another ½ inch. So you're trying to lower the crown, but it's sitting way up there, so the hat looks high. So once you get the hat to its correct position, now the crown looks lowered. So part of lowering your hat is going to be lowering the front and deepening the crown. Makes sense, right? All right.